Hey guys, my name is Thana and welcome to my channel. On my left, I have Adrian here. Hi Adrian.
Hi man.
And to my right, I have Mike here.
Hi guys.
We are in the entry period, so we are practicing social distancing. We are 1 meter apart.
Safe.
In case we have any keyboard warriors behind the screen there.
Would like to make some other comments?
Okay, so we've got Mike here. Obviously, Mike is from DNA Tuning. And I'm somewhere along in the nice little showroom over here. It's not little actually, it's quite big. It's a big showroom.
Not bad.
Not bad. Free coffee.
Yes. Free Neslo.
Free Neslo, free coffee.
Coffee.
Nice comfortable seats.
Yeah, you can lounge around.
Yeah. And I see a lot of cars coming here.
Yep.
Interesting cars. Because whenever I come here, I saw, like today I saw a Panamera.
Yep.
The other day I came, I saw a very interesting looking 4x4.
Mm-hmm.
It went around the world to Himalaya and stuff.
Yes.
You know? So I see very interesting cars coming here.
Yep.
I saw a Range Rover. Yeah, I think Rolls Royce ones,
Yep.
R8.
Yep.
It's crazy one of the cars that come to this place. Like,
Yep. Yes.
And it's somewhere along, you know. Who would have thunk it?
Yeah.
Okay. So today's question, this topic, this discussion over here, it's about tuning. And the question was, does tuning damage your car?
Mm.
And I think it's a very fair question to ask because people love
Definitely.
their cars.
Yes.
People love their cars, and if you my car, will it damage the car? And the answer, to me, as a existing, not prior. I mean, I have my prior car on DNA.
Yep.
My current car on DNA.
Okay.
So I'm an existing user by that sense. Okay?
Yep.
To me, the answer is a mixed bag. It's a yes and a no.
Yep.
That's how I'll answer it in simple, short fashion, but there's more behind it which
Yes.
you want to uncover.
Yep.
And I've got Adrian here. Adrian's a very interesting person because he's a pastor.
Yes.
But more important than that, so pastors won't lie. I think that's what I'm trying to get. But more important than that, Adrian is very mechanically inclined. So I know Adrian through my 4x4 group. We became good friends now through the Fort Everest group. He's very mechanically inclined, not wanting diesel, but he's mechanically inclined, what happens in the car. And he has been taking on this new journey about tuning. And I told him, Adrian, if you do tuning, watch out, it's going to be a ride.
Oh, yes, and it's been.
and I want to share with you his experience because you know how people say, Mike, like any experience
Yep.
can be a good experience or a bad experience.
Correct.
It's how you experience it.
Yes.
I think Adrian's is the best example.
Yes.
Okay. So let's start with Adrian itself. So Adrian, tell us about your story with tuning.
Okay.
Well,
Right from the beginning? No.
from beginning, I guess he began with he came to me.
Yeah, of course. For one of the things I was worried about the tuning is my car's got high mileage. It's already nearly about 300 K on it.
So 300,000 kilometers on a diesel truck.
On a diesel truck, I hammer it. And
you hammer it, you take it off road.
Yep.
You do the Orang Asli settlement, you visit them and stuff.
I do. I mean, I use it like how it's supposed to be used, and I hammer it on the highways as well.
And it's a manual, so he
Yes.
hammers the truck.
Yeah. There's a reason on it, the hammer. No, I can take the corners and drop the gears. And so I was pretty worried at first about having blown rings and such because it's already a high mileage vehicle. And then after speaking to you, and then you mentioned some stuff, and I did check, and it's like, okay, let's do it.
And you see, he was talking about rings, so obviously you're thinking about rings or whether it's the injector will fail or all these parameters came into mind.
Okay, all came into mind. And what I went and spoke to my present mechanic in Ipoh. He's a very good father and son team, and do a fantastic job. And so I asked him. He knows my vehicle, and said, "What do you think?" I'm thinking of doing a stage 1 tune. I've got a friend who's mentioned this. I'm worried about this. And he knows my vehicle. He says, "You know what? You should go ahead. You're not going to have any issues." He was very confident about it. And so that's when I contacted you, and it's like, okay, bro, I remember, I think you spoke to me about a month or 1.5 months before that, and it's been playing on my mind,
I gave him a good deal, money back guarantee. I said, okay, you will not regret. It will be all good.
Yes.
And I guess you must understand that like I do tuning on the side now. I'm a prior customer, and now I do tuning for Mike.
Yeah.
And for me, it's hard to put my name onto a product because I have to believe it and it has to work.
Yeah.
And I'm on media obviously, and I want to be really assured that it doesn't fuck me up. Because when that happens, I'm screwed, you know.
Yeah.
And that's why I said, okay, go for it, and obviously you did, you know.
Yeah. And so that's when I went for it. And after I did the tune, I didn't realize it. And like I said, mechanically, I used to be a mechanic. I used to run my own business before with some partners.
Yeah.
And so started off with Minis all the way to Rolls Royce and Beamers, Ferraris, you know, the works.
Yeah.
You know, but after a long time, I haven't been messing with it. You know, you lose stuff.
Right.
And so I didn't really realize it at that point of time. I felt a loss of power on my car. And four-wheel drive, you know, I'm adding stuff, you know, the front bull bar, you know, that's weight, the front winch.
We'll put a picture of that truck somewhere here. It's quite massive. It's heavy and
It's heavy, you know.
It's an Everest.
It's an Everest. It's Everest. You know, of course, there's the rims and the tires that's gone wider and higher.
Yeah.
And so I thought the loss of power was because of the add-ons, you know, because there will be a loss of power with that.
Yeah.
And then after I did the tune, and the first time we did the tune, and I did find, hey, there was a difference.
Okay,
you know.
So I'm doing the day. So he tuned the truck, and I was obviously worried of it because when you tune something, all the cars that we tune before the fast,
Yeah.
I was worried because some people have this expectation about it. It's not about the fact that power is more, but the expectation.
Yeah.
Some people think like, wow, stage 1, stage 2, I'm going to go wheel spin, they got this weird things in their mind running.
Yeah.
So I was like, I knew the product would work. I was concerned about what is the expectation.
Yeah.
For him, he confident, say, dude, it's good lah. What a power, man. Pickup is good lah. You know,
Yeah.
all that. You know,
Yeah.
okay, tomorrow I will go back to Ipoh. I'm going to have a nice drive, you know. And then what happened?
We sent it for dyno.
Correct. And then the next day was Saturday. He said,
Yeah.
hey, let's dyno the truck. So he's going back on Saturday to Ipoh back.
Yep.
He came for tuning. And for tuning, and he was happy. And it's quite happy. Happy customer.
Yeah.
Happy with the tuning.
Yeah.
No power. All great.
Yeah.
Tuning, and then the dyno, what happened?
when we dyno, it's like your turbo isn't working the way it should work.
Immediately with dyno and the truck went out. I said, dude, something's wrong. with the
Something
truck."
is wrong.
He said, no, it's powerful. He said, no, the power is so low.
Yep.
It isn't supposed to be
Yeah.
as me.
And all this time I've been on the group, I think if you read my past messages, it's like, you know, I've been having a loss of power, you know, and you know, we thought it was the injectors, we thought it was the pump, and we found it was nothing. So we just came to the conclusion, yeah, I put too much weight on the car.
And how many mechanics have you been through the car over the last 2 or 3 years of ownership of the Everest?
3 with my present mechanic.
Vizian?
4.
So he's been through a few mechanics
Yep.
trying to sort out what the hell is
He's going on.
why-
5, sorry. Samarak.
So he's gone through a few mechanics, people who are well versed in
Yeah.
diesel trucks and they have know this stuff. And when we scan the truck here, because
Yeah.
normally I think SOP,
Yes.
you know, Mike, you know, what do you do when the truck comes in?
Basically what we will do is we will scan to make sure, you know, the truck on the ECU side and see whether there are any fault codes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, that's what we do.
And normally, if there's a problem with the truck, they
Yes.
focus with that.
Yes, and also, you know, we check the mileage of the vehicle, you know, and then if the mileage is high, you know, usually we will, you know, tell the client, you know, things to watch out for, you know.
Because it's about where the items.
Correct.
Yes.
With you using the truck more or far more,
Yes.
you will end up using more of that mileage.
Correct. And what happens is that when we tune the car, you know, the demands on your sensors, you know, on your engine, on your turbo, you know, is even higher.
I told
Yes.
Adrian that he asked me. I said, Adrian, look here. I know on my Audi hybrid.
Yep.
I said I know my car has better fuel economy, but I almost never got a better fuel economy. He said, why? Because I just drive it more faster.
Power is meant to be used.
You're making use of the newfound power.
Correct. So
Yes.
so I've never got that power, but I got back. I was driving harder than before, but yet had the same fuel economy. So I was happy. I was happy with that.
Yeah, yeah.
But I was running it like a madman everywhere I went.
I know.
You know, everybody knows how I drive. You know,
Not very fast lah.
Yeah.
But fast lah for
fast
me.
enough lah. So that was my history. And then obviously you find out that something's wrong.
That something was wrong.
That's why we saw the chart, it dropped and the turbo was not picking up.
Yes,
So
correct.
boost, yeah.
The boost wasn't. There was boost, but it wasn't. It's
The boost was falling off lah.
the boost was falling off. That's when we went to the other place and checked it, and it's like, okay, it's definitely your turbo.
Yeah.
You know.
And the best part was they went and checked and they said, okay, we can see or we can feel that the turbo wastegate,
Yep.
there's no pressure there, but no arrow code.
Yes, and that was the thing. But there's no arrow code. There wasn't any arrow code on it, you know, and it's been checked a few times.
Yeah.
You know, and so that's when I got it fixed.
You got what was the actuator there?
The actuator was the
To open up the turbo.
to open up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wastegate. I guess.
Wastegate.
And then now it's done.
Now it's done, and then so after that I started testing the car. You know, drive it like how I would usually drive it now. Of course, with the additional power. You know, the first tank of gas was fluid. You know, and really enjoy the power. And,
So I want to just break it down here. See, so first you got the truck tuned. You're happy with the power in place.
yes,
Then I said not enough.
not enough because
Then we went and check this out, and then we changed your actuator.
yes,
We got more power.
yep,
And then what happened? And this is important because why? At this point, any tuner would have said, okay, fine, that's my job, happy, yeah? Talking my work is done,
Yep.
I've gone away.
and that's what impressed me about Mike, because after that I did then the second tank of gas, because I got experience driving, and so I drove it how I would usually I would drive it usually. Same amount of pressure. Actually, I drove it even with less pressure on the less acceleration and all that.
There's more power now, isn't it?
More power now. So I said, okay, let's now I want to check the mileage. I'm going down my same roads. I'm driving actually because I've got more power. I don't floor it, you know, which I had to do a lot of times before on hilly areas. So I was like, okay, I should have better mileage. Let's see what's the mileage, and then come to find out, hey, I've lost mileage. You know, I think it was about 50, 60. This thing, and then of course you send me the message and it's like, bro, I made up 100 plus.
So to just frame this idea, the same he did his truck, I did my truck. So
Yep.
both Everest, he's a 2.5 and 3.0, and I gained from 350 kilometers for full tank
Yep.
to now it's about close to 500 kilometers for full
Wow.
tank. A lot.
Yes.
A lot of, and it's more powerful, revving, but this is my own experience. I
Yeah.
don't want to impose my put on you. So I said, okay, this is what I'm getting. And then we said, okay, come back for a second time around.
Second time around,
Yep.
you know, and then came around, and then you did
Yes,
this thing,
logging on your car.
logging on
and,
car.
And I think, Mike, that's important, isn't it?
Yeah, it's important.
Walk us through that process.
The process we go through is we log the parameters, you know, on a road run.
Yes.
Yes, road logging we will do. You know. So we will get the actual parameters from your engine, you know, and then we will send it back to our guys in the UK.
And that's
You know,
what impressed me, Mike. Because
Yes.
I think a lot of times with most tuners,
Mm.
they either have in-house tuners
Yeah.
or they have tuned files to buy stock handle.
Yeah.
And just put us up.
Yeah.
And from what I've learned, is that the fuel maps are basically the keys, the
Yep.
key there. And with different type of software gradings,
Yeah.
the number of fuel maps, the number of cells differs.
Yeah.
The more minute the cells, the more refined it is, the more smooth it is.
Yeah.
Doesn't give a jerk, and that's my best way of describing it, because the DNA is maintained like the DNA.
Yes. Yes.
That I think that's an excellent way of putting it, because the car's DNA is maintained
Yeah.
all throughout the range. I think we saw on few cars,
Yes.
tune, we saw that I could literally show you that before tune and after tune, exactly same curve.
Yeah. The
You
same
know?
curves.
Yeah.
The same curve, so it's like you feel that the truck is or the car is same as before, except
Yep.
more power throughout the range.
Correct.
So and that also proves that what you're doing here is actually custom tuned.
Yes.
Yes.
Because what happens is that we will take your original mapping, you know, and they will tweak it from there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
They don't actually take another car's map, you know, to be put back into your car.
Yeah, so if
Yes.
anybody out there says, you know what, why so much? You're paying so much for a tune, you know, why should I pay X dollar or Y dollar? The fact is it's a custom tune to your car.
Yeah.
So at one point this car had A issue, on that tune it was done this way, and then it was fixed and
You know what impressed me the most is, let's face the fact, the turbo issue was my problem. It had nothing to, it was my vehicle that wasn't showing it wasn't showing there was an issue with it. It had nothing to do with DNA tuning. And being a mechanic before and being in the line and having experiences and friends who are this thing, most, I won't say all, but many would have just brushed it off. Well, this is not my problem. This is your vehicle. You know what? Yes, you can bring it back. We'll log it all for you, but you're going to have to pay a certain amount more because, you know, we are doing extra work, and we have to send it back, and you'll get a long grandmother, grandfather story, the whole ancestral line. But I didn't, I didn't have it with Mike. He straight away, you know what? Let's take care of it. No extra charges. No pity stories. Of like, you know what? I'm just going to do it for you. I know it was just, let's get this done. Let's get this settled. And you know what? And that, honestly, out of the whole thing, I'm more impressed about the power and all the stuff. I'm impressed about how he handled that issue without any bullshit. That's the best way to put it. No,
absolutely. It's about, because you're going to own cars not today, tomorrow. It's going to be owning cars for our lifetime.
Yeah.
And through a lifetime, you need people who can trust to see your cars, and actually the doctor. You want the Dr. Mike to go and see your cars over.
We try to lah. Not always.
Again, Mike, with me, my car was the first ever hybrid in Malaysia, but in the world, ever tuned. Because there was no tune there. So we had to take the ECU out.
Yes.
We pinned the ECU out.
Okay.
We did it, and I was like, I trusted Mike. Say, do it, and it worked, no?
That was the world first lah. I think that was 2018. Was that?
Right, I think it was that. I think so. So it was a world first.
Yeah, 2019. I can't remember.
And it's that accountability,
Yes.
trust you have. And, there's no way else to put it, no?
Yeah. For me, that really impressed me.
So I thought this story was interesting to share because when you were getting the tune, do you remember what I warned you? I warned you a few things. Do you remember what I warned you?
It's like one of the things you did mention was, yes, sometimes you'll have a bad experience. The other times also you'll get more power, but because you got more power, you're going to hammer it more.
So I told him, this is true story, Mike.
Yeah.
I told him, are you sure of this? Because once you go here,
And yes, there's also that. Yes.
Because once you go here, one is you're going to be on this constant loop of performance, and you want to get more and more.
Yeah.
Number two is you don't want to do this, that you will find out whatever's wrong or shitty with your car.
Yes.
Everything will be exposed because,
Yeah.
because your car is going to perform at that extra 30% or that percentile.
Yes.
So if you got a turbo leak, vacuum leak, whatever,
Yes.
everything
It will
will
show
be
up.
exposed.
Yes.
Everything will be known.
You got a bad
He said,
coil.
You want that or not?
Man, I want my vehicle to run.
And then he said, no, I want to do this, I want to know. I said, okay lah, it's like a matrix. You decided, I warned you.
Yes.
I really warned him, Mike.
Yes. So it's 1.5 times or 2.0.
So
Magnifying.
I warned him, and I guess you got to be the kind of individual to be mature enough.
Yeah.
A mature car guy, understand, okay, I want to know what's wrong with the car. Because
Yes.
I think same story about VG cars and Toyotas.
Yep.
People say, why VG cars all error code?
Yeah.
Because
They're pushing it harder.
they're pushing harder. It's like VG cars today for the 2.0 engines, what they're doing, it's leap years ahead of what the
Yes.
Toyota
Correct.
typical car are doing.
Yep. Yes.
So yeah. So that's definitely it. And also the fact that these all sensors are there. It tells you when the bulb is gone, it tells you when the washer is low, it tells you 101 things. But those aren't bad things.
Yeah.
And people are complaining about Christmas lights.
I don't know because it tells me something's going to go wrong.
Yeah. If there's something wrong with the car, I want to know what's wrong with the car.
Yeah.
No use owning a vehicle that is not running the way it should run, and if you can, of course, have more power, and
I mean,
it's a waste.
Yeah, it's
It's a waste.
To me, it's a waste.
It's a waste.
I told him, like, if you want to do this, you're gonna pay that 3,000 ringgit, and you're gonna get a brand new car.
Yeah.
It's like no comparison.
Yeah. And Yeah, you've seen my car, so you know how it is. You know, if something needs, if I want something done, I rather, of course, cheaper is always better. I mean, cheaper is nice. I won't say it's better.
Yeah.
You know, but if I have to pay more to get something that is better, I rather pay more and get something better than pay less and get something that's not the way it should be.
And again, I want to quantify this. We're not saying that other tuners are bad.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that.
No.
What I'm saying is that all tuners are different.
Yeah.
If you're the more mature person, you want seamless power, smooth acceleration, car to behave the way car was. To me personally, DNA is it. Some of the tunes, I feel that they are live. That's why it will show you in the back of the seat, it will jerk you and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But if that's what you want, it can be done. But you're going to damage your car because we talk about mechanical sympathy.
Yes.
Correct.
Exactly. Mechanical, and especially if you're going off-roading.
Oh, yeah.
And you're going off,
Yeah.
the last thing you want is at some point, I don't want my car to be spinning there, you know. Have a jerk there, I might end up in a ravine or, you know.
Some people feel
Yeah.
that because they paid for the price of the car, they need to use the tire meter
Yeah.
all the time.
Yep.
You know, so yeah. So that's about it. I hope this segment helps. It's a quick story about true story about Adrian and how his journey of getting a car tuned.
Yep.
True story about how Mike Yap, fantastic person. If you know him personally, you know how fantastic he is. His accountability for his work is fantastic.
Thank you.
I can vouch for that.
Very, I've already started, you know, talking to people about him because
Correct.
I've got a rep to keep,
Correct.
you know, and if I recommend someone, I don't want them coming back to me and it's like, you know, you recommended this and you asked me, you know, and it's like, you know, but I can confidently say, I've already started actually recommending because
Thank you.
you know, the work is fantastic. I'm very happy with how the car power and how he mentioned, you know, everything that's linked there. And more than that, I'm happy with how he handled the issue. You know, it's honest. You know,
you.
honest and yeah, you know, honest and not what's the word I would use? Money hungry. You know, just to gouge out. You know, it's and that's very hard to find. You know, very hard to find.
Okay.
All right.
We'll keep it short. As always, go out there and have a little more fun.
Get your cartoon.